Okay, great. And then if you need to pause it, you can, but
Alrighty. So, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the 9th of May. Can we believe that we are here already? Oh my goodness. It is already the 9th of May. I just want to welcome all of you to today's session. Today is going to be fantastic. It's going to be phenomenal. As per usual, we have our mastermind group, and I want to say good morning to every single one of you. I hope you guys had a wonderful and a productive week. And we come here on Saturday mornings just so that we can feed from this ground. We can feed, we can glean from the wisdom that is in our network. We can glean from the wisdom of Dr. Harris. And today is going to be no different. So I want to say welcome to all of you. Today is Success Mentorship class number 428. 428. We've been doing this for a while. So I want to welcome you. I want to say it's an honor and a pleasure to have all of you with us today. And we're going to have an exciting session. So before I introduce our speaker for today, I want us to just take a moment so that we are fully engaged. There's still some people that are coming in, so I'm going to let them in, but we want to be engaged in this session. We want to be present. We want to hear everything that is being said. We want to hear everything that is for us. We want to glean from this session this morning. So I hope that as you are here, that you are attentive, that you are present, and that you are engaged. So let's all just take a moment to quiet our spirits, relax, breathe a little bit, and take in the wonderful presence, the wonderful gift that we have of a new day, the blessing that we have to be alive on a whole new day. Today, we are so grateful, and I just want us to just breathe, take a moment, let's breathe deeply. Let's sit up in our chairs, just how Dr. Harris invite us in and have us to quiet our spirits. I want us to take out just a few moments and just to breathe. And as we breathe and we prepare our hearts and our minds for this session today, I want us to repeat this. My mind is open and ready to learn. My mind is open and ready to learn. I am at peace and all is well. Let's just take one deep breath in and breathe out. Amazing. And even that one moment can bring such a shift, such a transformation to where we were, to where we are, and where we want to be. So, without further ado, I want to welcome you again to Success Mentorship class number 628. As I said, it is an honor, a pleasure to be here consistently every Saturday morning. Dr. Harris has been doing this for 428 sessions. Can you believe it? And we are all such a wonderful part of this legacy that he is building. I want to give apologies for him today. He is present with us, but not present. He had an engagement, and therefore we are here today to just carry on the work, the awesome work that he's been doing. So we have a wonderful speaker, a dynamic speaker, a transformational speaker, a passionate speaker that is going to facilitate our session today. And this is a young man that I have grown to be so fond of. I met him a few years ago in the same session through this whole, this gathering that we have here on Saturday mornings. And since then, we've been like brothers and sisters. We have been doing some work together and we've been keeping each other accountable, and watching the transformational journey that is both of our lives. So, I want to introduce this morning, oh gosh, I was going to say doctor. We're working on that, so I'm prophesying that. Yes. Because I know he's studying. But this morning, Mr. Herman Taylor, who is our reversing stigma coach, who is the vision guy, so many names that we can call him, author, phenomenal young man. And he always has a really great message for us. His message today is called The 6 Stages of Transformation. Let me just pause here. There we go. For that effect, the 6 stages of transformation. And this is something we all want to know. What are those steps? What are those stages that we have to go through to meet the ultimate transformation that we're looking for in our lives? So I'm going to turn over now to Herman. And Herman, I just want to say thank you so much for saying yes on short notice. And we definitely look forward to your message today.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Raise your hand. Raise your hand so I can see you. I'm an energy guy. If you guys, are okay with turning your cameras on, turn them on. If you guys is eating breakfast, leave them off. If you're getting your hair together, do that. If you putting on your workout gear to go to the park and do that. But if you could turn your camera on, I would appreciate it because I feed off energy. I want to thank Dawn for that fantabulous introduction that she gave me. And Dawn is correct. She's like my sister now. And I'm older than her, but she thinks she's the older sister because she boss me around all the time. All the time, she boss me around, tell me what I'm going to do, where I'm going to show up at, and how I'm going to do things. And I appreciate her. She holds me accountable. And I want to thank Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris is my mentor. I tried to get him to be my coach, but he said coaching takes too much energy. It's like raising a kid. I don't got time to be raising more kids. So he said, I mentor you. So I said, all right, I appreciate that, Doc. I appreciate that, Doc. I appreciate everything that Dr. Harris has done in my life. He actually you know when when someone just believes in you, like that, like the parents' belief in their kids, no matter what or how their kid is developing, they don't stop loving that kid, man, and they just have hope and faith that they're gonna make them proud. That's like the energy that Dr. Harris gives me, man. He told me 3 years ago, I believed him. He said, Herman, a lot of people want to do what you do. I mean, a lot of people want to do what I do, right? A lot of people want to go around the world and speak and train. He said, but everybody has the idea, and everybody might have the talents, the skills, and the abilities, but everybody don't have it. And you have it, my friend. And I believed him. And when he told me that, I was all in. I was like, I got it. He said, yeah, you got it. I was like, oh, nothing could stop me. And from that moment, I just kept moving forward in this process. And anytime that I get the opportunity to speak on Dr. Harris' platform, I can't tell him no. I want to say no. I want to tell Dawn no. I said, Dawn, I got schoolwork to do, man. I got schoolwork to do. I got I don't have no time. But I can't turn Dr. Harris down, man. I appreciate him, man. I love him. He's done a lot in my life. He's guided me, he's supported me. And again, he gives me this energy. He gives me this food that nurtures me every Saturday morning. And he's been doing it for 400, what did Dawn say, 426? 426 Saturdays in a row. So if you're new, if you're just tuning in on one of the other platforms that this message goes out on, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I just want to welcome you to the most dynamic Saturday morning in the world. Matter of fact, it's the most transformational Saturday morning in the world. And what the topic I chose to speak on today is called the 6 stages of transformation. And the 6 stages of transformation comes right out of my book. It's called This Motivational Minute Time. Boom. And I wrote that book as a result of chasing my vision. And vision is one of the stages that I'm going to talk about. But it was as a result, right? As a result of having a vision of getting my message out to the world, building a community, and helping people change their lives through personal development. Personal development was, I never heard of personal development 3.5 years ago. But once I've heard of it, it transformed my life. And I was speaking about it every morning. And I was listening to the greats. I was listening to Dr. Harris. I was listening to Earl Nightingale. I was listening to Napoleon Hill. I was listening to Jim Rohn. I was listening to Les Brown. I was listening to Brian Tracy. I was listening to Mr. Maxwell. I'm listening to these guys, right? Every day. And they're giving me inspiration. And I start writing about it, right? So in my book, I have a inspirational quote, encouraging affirmation, and an uplifting Bible verse. And the next page is a journaling workbook. It gives you like 4 prompts to spark your interest on the topic that I was talking about. And right, so it helps me journal. This is my 3rd time through the book. Even though I wrote it, this is my 3rd time journaling through it. It's fantastic. Matter of fact, it's fantabulous. It's a growth tool. It's a growth tool. And so my talk is going to come from that book. So you're going to hear me referencing the page number of the book. You're going to hear me referencing some quotes, and you can just sit back and listen to what topic or what sentence or what quote or what affirmation resonates with you. Okay, so the 6 stages of the transformation is something that I learned in life. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. Most people want change, but they don't understand the process of change. And I say that because it's like growing pains. Most people want to grow, but they don't want the pain that comes with it. It's work that comes with it. People often want the reward without understanding what the requirement is, right? Like I wanted a doctorate degree. I wanted to be like Dr. Virgil and Dr. Harris and Dr. Monica, right? But they just don't give those degrees away. You have to attend class. You have to read 2 hours to 3 hours a day. So that's 15 hours a week of reading articles and chapters and digesting this material. Then you got to write. You got to write a paper about 20 pages, 15 pages. You got to give them 25 references for the paper. Man, they're not just giving the doctorate degree away. That's my point. So people want stuff, but they don't want to put the work in. I wanted to be an amazing speaker, but I don't want to do all the work. Let me tell you, I hired a coach, a speaking coach. Incredible guy. Guy's name is Dr. Will Morgan. Incredible guy. I just wanted the mic and speak. That's all. Just give me the mic and let me speak. Man, this guy, he wants to help. He wants me to work on, well, he's working with me on positioning myself in the market, branding, addressing symptoms of businesses. I'm like, dude, I just want the mic. He wants to build Herman Taylor Reversing Stigma Institute consultant and training program. I don't want that. I just want Herman Taylor motivational speaker. But I ain't argue with him. I'm doing what he said. And it's paying off, right? I don't want to even do it. Where's my man Ray? Raymond's on the line. I don't want to prospect. I'm like, ew. I'm not a salesman. But if you don't prospect, you're not gonna get no business. So that's my little, you got to do what you don't want. It's yeses and the no's. You got to do what you don't want to do sometimes. And transformation means you got to do what you don't want to do. You have to like leave your old self behind because you're developing a new person. So I like to say the old Herman had to die so the new Herman could live. So the stages I want to talk about today is vision, intentionality, perseverance, discipline, commitment, and focus. These 6 principles changed my life. We might not make it to all 6 because I like to tell stories. So we're gonna get as far as I can get. Is that fair? Put a thumbs up or put a yes in the chat or 1 in the chat. Is that fair? If that's fair, I'm gonna go as far as to Dawn cut me off. Because Dawn don't have no problem cutting me off. She's gonna say, yo, man, you only at stage 3, it's over, time is done. So we're gonna go as far as I can go. All right. So there was a time in my life where it was no transformation. I felt lost. I battled addiction, trauma, hopelessness, self-doubt, self-stigma. There was moments where I didn't know the purpose in my pain. I didn't know that it was purpose in my pain. I just thought I was suffering and I was going through painful experiences for nothing. I didn't know that's where the transformation begins. I stopped seeing myself only through struggle and started seeing the possible future. And that's where the money came. That's where the life changing came. And this same coach I'm talking about, he told me something that was so valuable, man. And it helped change where the direction of where I work and how I work, right? He said, God didn't give you those stripes for nothing. He didn't give you that pain and that suffering, and that trauma and those horrific experiences for nothing. He gave those to you so you could help other people. And I said, wow. It felt like it was for me when I was going through it. Being incarcerated felt like it was for me. People shooting at me felt like it was for me. Addiction felt like it was for me. The violence in my community felt like it was for me. The trauma I went through in my household, that felt like it was for me. But he said, nah, that's for people to connect with you, bro. He said, people connect with you in the valley. And how I'm trying to help people, what I'm trying to help people see now, because they can't see me in the valley. They see me on the other side. I'm trying to show them the bridge process. The bridge process is the transformation. How do you get to the other side? So vision is the first principle we're going to look at. And vision, I got vision from day 4 and day 19 from my book. Vision is, I want you guys to do exercise with me real quick. Will y'all do that for me? Put a thumbs up. You're going to do this exercise with me. It's gonna take 30 to 60 seconds. This is my vision exercise. I want everybody to close your eyes and imagine the life that you want to live. Imagine doing what you want to do. Imagine walking in God's will. Imagine offering value to your lives. All right, that's it. Y'all got into that too good. Get this time to come back. Come back now. Y'all was living those good lives. Sheila was in it. Sheila and Ginger, they was in it. They was living. I know y'all saw some good stuff too, but y'all was in it. If you don't see, you got to see it to be it. You have to see it to be it. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, right? When my son's moms and I broke up, I had to go back and live with my sister. Can you imagine? And I had to go back to the same house that I grew up in, to my same room. So that felt kind of devastating. You know, your same from it was horrible. It was horrible. I was grateful that I had somewhere to go, but it was horrible, right? So I used to visualize the house I was gonna live in. True story. I said, God got a house for me. You know, I gave my son's mother a co-op. I said, God got a house for me. And I started describing this house. I said, it has a porch. I'm on a porch waving to the neighbors. I said, I have a deck in the back. I could barbecue. I could smoke my cigars. I'm gonna put a pool in there for my son. I can see the pool. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put another deck back there. The living room is sunk in. I said the kitchen is bigger than I ever had. So I never had a pantry before. I'm gonna have a pantry in my kitchen. And I was visualizing it. And people thought I was crazy. Joyce, people thought I was crazy. They said, this boy he done got his heart broken. He's traumatized. He done lost his mind. He's visual. He's saying God got a house for him and he can see it. I'm living in that house. I am living in that, and I'm not just living. I've been living in this house for 7 years. Backyard is bigger than the parks I played in Queens. You kidding me? I traded the pigeon and the rats for deer, rabbit. Got groundhog that pop up from under my deck. Man, come on, chipmunks running around. Are you serious right now? Just the power of vision. Anyway, I told you I'm gonna be telling some stories, so y'all just gotta bear with me a little bit. So in my book, I wrote, vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. Many people stay stuck because they cannot see beyond their current situations. If you cannot see better, it becomes difficult to do better. So listen, vision gives direction. Vision gives purpose. Vision gives hope. When I wrote my first book, From Nothing to Almost Something, that was vision. I started speaking around the country. I spoke in 6 states on 6 stages, keynoting 2 times, and didn't know what I was doing. That was vision. I was writing proposals. They said, yeah, come on. That was vision. Come on. Anyway, when I decided to pursue my doctorate, that was vision. If you could see it, you could be it. The question becomes, what do you see for your life? Not what people told you, not your mistakes, not your labels, not your failures. What do you see? Because vision changes behavior. When people have vision, they start moving differently. They start protecting their future. They start making different decisions. Without vision, people drift. And drifting is important. Can you imagine if a cruise ship just drifts an inch a day? It ain't gonna make it to the port it's set out for. Just that little bit of drift. So you gotta stay focused in this thing. The next stage is intentionality. And I got that from day 25. That's the second stage, intentionality. One of my favorite quotes reads, an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. Most people have good intentions, but intentions without action changes nothing. Transformation requires intentional living. Have you ever seen a car coasting uphill? Have you ever seen that? You got to be intentional to drive uphill. You got to press on the gas. You just can't coast uphill. You got to be intentional to get up there. Intentionality means intentional habits, intentional relationships, intentional environments, and intentional choices. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a 5-time New York City marathon finisher. Y'all can give me a round. 5-time. Thank you. Give me a round. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts, man. I ran a New York City marathon, 26.2 miles, 5 times, and I finished. And you know what? That was intentional. When I say intentional, that means I had to run when I didn't want to run. I had to run when I had a bad day at work. I had to run if the missus had other plans when I got home from work. I had to run if it was raining. I had to run if it was snowing. I had to run if it was 90. What I'm trying to say, feelings had nothing to do with preparation for the New York City Marathon. It was all intentional. When you wake up, go run. But when you get off work, go run. Period. Period. If you don't, you ain't gonna finish. So you got that choice. So 5-time New York City. You see? Yeah. Those are called that's called marathon finishing medals. That's what they give you when you cross the line, baby. So you got to be intentional about your life. You got to show up and participate in it. You can't accidentally become your best self. That don't happen. One of the biggest mistakes people make. Are y'all ready for this? Let me know if y'all ready for this. Thumbs up again. Let me see. Y'all ready for this? Ginger's on my team. All right, Joyce. I see you, Joyce. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for that 8th day of the week. And that 8th day of the week is called someday. Someday I'll go back to school. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll change my life. Someday I'll chase my dreams. Someday I'll lose that weight. Someday I'll get that house I wanted. Someday doesn't exist. But it's the biggest distraction ever. Someday and his brother one day. One day is the brother of someday. So if you caught up in those distractions, someday I'll do it, or one day I'll do it, you're not living intentional. You're not living intentional. So transformation starts when you start moving. Transformation starts. Let me say that again. When you start moving, intentionality means I'm no longer letting life happen to me. I'm happening to my life. Let me tell you. Can I tell y'all another story? All right, thanks, Ginger. I got another story for you, all right? I told you I'm working with this coach. And he's charging me a lot of money, by the way. He's charging me a lot of money. And he's heavy on this prospecting thing. He said, you got to prospect, man. You got to do it. He said, how else are you going to get what you want to get? He said, they're not going to knock on your door. I was like, I'm not really with all of that. I don't like rejection. Rejection hurts. I'm not really with people telling me no. He said, but you're building a rhythm, you're getting information, you're getting used to it, it gets easier, right? So I meet this guy in my cigar lounge. I got a cigar lounge in my neighborhood. I go, I relax, I de-stress. I don't go there as much as I used to. Because, when you change, stuff changes. So anyway, the Knicks is winning. The Knicks is doing their thing. Go New York, go New York, go. We getting ready to sweep the Philadelphia 76ers, wherever Raymond is. I don't see him right now, but he must have knew I was going to talk about him. Anyway, I meet this guy. This guy says, hey, I've been watching some of your TikToks, man, and you really got a lot of good information. He said, I know this guy in the next town, and he has a program, and you and him should link up. I'm pretty sure you could do something with him. He gave me the guy's social medias. So now what I'm trying to tell you, I got to start prospecting. I don't got a number. I got to start Googling what's this guy's number. Call. So I call. I get the name of the agency he runs. I call. I don't get him. I get a social worker, and she schedules a meeting with me. We chat. She said, hey, yeah, I like what you got. I like what you have to say. I like the services you do. I like the value that you can bring to us. She sets up another meeting with me. We talk again. And she said, hey, I want you to talk to my supervisor. I was like, I appreciate that. I would love to talk to your supervisor. I know it'll be a great conversation. It'll be rich, full of information. I can learn more about your program. I said, I understand that. I said, but what I really could use right now, and I would love to talk to your supervisor, but I need you to connect me with the program manager. She said, all right, I'll do that. She connects me with him. I call him. I said, yo, tell me about your program, man. Tell me about the program. I said, yo, I think I could help you. I think Matter of fact, I'm sure I could help you with the services that I provide. And this is what I could do to help you in those situations. You have a couple of pain points, and I could help you like this. He said, all right, that sounds good, Mr. Taylor, but I'll get back to you. So I emailed him Monday. Did you come up with did you determine the availability of your team? My availability is Friday 1 to 4. Wednesday he calls me back. We actually emailed. He emailed me back. Mr. Taylor, I didn't forget about you. You know, this is a busy time of the year. We're doing events all over the town. I haven't been able to get the team together. He said, but I didn't forget you. Thursday, he calls me. I said, hey, he said, call me back. Call me back. I said, what's happening, man? How you doing? He said, listen, I need you to develop a training for me, for my team, and I'm gonna open it up to the community. So it's gonna be like a summit, like a half-day event. I said, what do you want to do it on? He said, I don't know. He said, what do you think? I said, well, we could do it on he's a violence interruption guy, community violence interruption guy. I said, hey, so we could do it on mental health, stigma, addiction, and we could tie it into community violence. He said, oh, that's excellent. Excellent. He said, write it up, send it to me tomorrow. Write it up, send it to him tomorrow. He goes, listen. He said, listen, my budget, he said, my budget for this event is this. My eyes did like this. I said, what? Are you serious right now? I said, but I had to be cool, right? This is what I've been working for. This is the intentionality. I had to be cool. I had to say, listen, I understand what your budget is, and it's appropriate with the value that I'll be bringing to your program in the community. And I will also throw in 30 copies of my book. So I just want to say, and this number was huge. I was like, are you for real? You can ready to pay me that? Are you serious right now? I had to be cool. My heart was going like this. But I visioned, I'm going to get checks. I'm going to get some checks. I visioned that. I watched Dr. Harris cash checks. My mentor cashes checks. That's bananas. I said, I'm going to get some checks. I'm broke now. No, Dawn told me to watch how I speak. I don't have as much cash currently that I would like to have, but I'm going to have more. That's my point. So I was like, wow. I saw those numbers. I said, yo, that's the budget. That's what you're going to get. I wanted to say, that's what you're going to give me, man. Anyway, I could hardly keep my composure. And when we hung up, I couldn't come down. I was so high at work. I was running around. I'm smiling. I'm helping people I don't usually help. I was like, my clients was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I can't calm down. I can't calm down. Anyway, when vision and intentionality hits together, when your dreams start coming to reality, oh my God. I thought I was getting high when I was getting high. This high trumps that 100 times. Anyway, Dawn, how we doing with time? I'm only on the second stage. Dawn, how we doing? I'm only on the second stage, Dawn.
We're at 34 minutes in. So
what I got 5 minutes, wrap it up. We got 5 minutes, wrap it up.
Maybe you just have to come back.
All right, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Let me wrap it up. I told y'all I got a big mouth. I told y'all I like to tell stories, so I'm not taking the blame for that. Okay. So, in closing, as I close, I want to remind you, transformation is not one moment. Transformation is a process. It begins with vision, intentionality, perseverance, discipline, commitment, and focus. And the beautiful thing about transformation is this. No matter where you start, you can still become more. Your past does not disqualify you. Your struggles do not define you. Your setbacks are not your final destinations. You can grow, you can heal, you can rebuild, you can transform, but you must stay with the process. I want to leave you with one final question. What stage out of the two stages we went through of transformation, are you currently in? I want to thank Dr. Harris. I want to thank Dawn. I want to thank you, Mastermind class. I apologize. My time management really sucked for this presentation. Please forgive me. Dawn already threw the hook out. You got to come back and do it again. So I already know she got me to come back. So once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being part of the most transformational Saturday morning in the world. And I belong to the best master class on the world, the Success Mentorship Mastermind class. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Herman.
I am so sorry. I only got the two stages. Dawn, I put you, I thought I told you to monitor me. Lord.
No, the thing about it is that with you, Herman, everything is so juicy, every aspect is so juicy. So to cut you off would really be a disservice to all of us, to be honest. And that just means that you have to split it up. So that means I can probably schedule you for about 3 Saturdays. That's fine. That helps. Definitely, and I'm sure that Dr. Harris would appreciate that. We're trying to
I
give him
like that.
a break because we know he's so busy with so many things
Yeah,
going
I like
on.
that.
So, thank you so much for that really inspiring word. Every time you speak, Herman, there's a particular energy that you bring, a passion that you bring that ignites, something in us as individuals and me to make us want to do better, to make us it's like, okay, well, I'm ready. Let's go. You're just sitting and you're listening, then you're like, okay, come up, let's go, let's go. So that's what you spark and ignite, and that's what we all need. This morning I was just thinking about a word dropped in my spirit, and that word is momentum.
Yeah.
And many times when you're doing, or whether it's our business, we're pursuing our vision, our purpose, there are many times that we lose momentum because things start to feel like they're slowing down, and like, well, okay, so what's happening? And sometimes you can't always go at the same speed, but it is a time that once you have that momentum, and I think that's in Dr. Harris's book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. Once you have momentum, you got to keep it going. It's like a train, Once you build that momentum, when you lose it, it's usually really hard to get it back. So I want to encourage you, and you gave us that boost this morning, Herman, So I want to encourage all of us to take from this boost this morning. This is like an adrenaline shot. You get it, and you're like, yes, let's go. Let's go. So what we're going to do, we're going to close out our online session. Thank you to those of you that will be watching this, wherever you are in the world. If you're going to watch it on YouTube, wherever you watch this, we're glad that you were with us today. We really appreciate, you joining us. Dr. Harris wanted to be here in person, but unfortunately couldn't be. But as we know, he is the one that is leading this project. He's leading this legacy, and he's carrying us with him. So we want to just really, really take note of all of the wonderful things that are happening here in this particular session. And we want to take it and we want to run with it. Yes? So for all of you that enjoyed this session, give us a thumbs up, give us a great session, whatever you want, give us some love so that we know that what we're doing here is making an impact in your life. Alrighty, so that was great, great, great. Thank you guys for all the love. Yes, impact for sure. It is always such a breath of fresh air. And I don't know where you are in the world. I'm in Barbados, and where I am, it's bright, it's sunny, it's beautiful. The skies are blue. It's a wonderful day to be great. It's a wonderful day to be great. So I want us now to really take some time, and we are going to talk a little bit about this message today and these two wonderful stages of transformation that Herman gave us. The two beginning stages, the more important stages, fundamental stages, because if we don't start with vision and we don't move with intentionality, we're not getting anywhere. So I see lots of hands up. Awesome. So that means we're all engaged. We are ready to go. So we're going to start this discussion, Herman, and we really want you to continue to be a part of this so that you can share a little bit more. I think what happens, your story always really helps us to build on what we already know. And it really helps us when we have a story, a testimony, it helps us to know that it is also possible for us. Yes? So thank you so much for those of you joining us online. We are going to go into our mastermind group right now, and we're going to have the fantastic discussions. I will say to you, if you want to be a part of these sessions, you really need to reach out to Dr. Harris, and you really need to join and be a part of Success Mentorship Group every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Be there or be square. This is where the Eagles land on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a really great day. Mastermind group, let's go.
Schedule for myself because in June there's a 5K, Juneteenth 5K here in San Diego that I want to walk. I'm not gonna run. I'm not a runner, but I still need to work myself up to 3.5 miles regardless because I have not been walking and my I have brand new knees, and so I haven't really put them to the test yet. And this would be a wonderful exercise for putting my new knees to the test. So you've definitely inspired me to intentionally make a training schedule for myself every day so that I can get my walking up and be able to do that. And I'm gonna invite some people with me to this walk, but if nobody comes, I'm gonna be there. So thanks, Herman.
Dr. Monica, thank you. I appreciate your kind words and your kind critique. But now I just want you to know you got 35 people that's gonna be to help you be accountable for this Juneteenth 5K. I just want you to know that we're gonna be accountable to you now. We're gonna be like, hey, we walking. What's going on? You got your sneakers. I know it's 5 in the morning, but what you getting ready to do now? So thank you for sharing that with us.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Monica. And that's what this is supposed to be about. It's supposed to ignite us to want to move, to want to change, to want to act. Because when we are in a space with other like-minded people, that's what it does. It causes us to want to grow. So, Dr. Monica, yes, we're going to be, following along with you on this journey because when that date comes in June, on June 10th, on June 11th, we want to like, yes, Dr. Monica did that race, and I think that's so amazing. Ginger, actually, Dana, I think you had your hand up first. Dana, how are you?
I'm doing well, and I just want to say this real quick joke. I was so engaged while I'm driving, trying to stop and get something to eat real quick in the store. I lost my mind because I'm like, Herman is so energetic. I didn't want to leave the phone in the car. I wanted to continue to hear what he was saying as I was running my errands and on my way to work. In reference to your talk, Herman, I always look forward to hearing from you. You remind me of Sugar Hill Gang and old school records, like from when I was. Dr. Harris always says I'm younger, right? I don't feel that, but that's where my head goes. Like old school, good times, real hype. And I'm like, he must be a fire sign because you are lit. You are on 1,000 from the time you jump on to the time you jump off. Your principles, I was getting into them and I was very enthused about, as Dawn mentioned, your momentum from where you started, the envisioning process of seeing where you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have, and how you just turned all of the lemons you turned it into such a decadent lemonade, limeade. It has you utilize all of your senses and all of the elements, and you made it very tasty. And I'm so glad that Dawn said you have to speak again next week. So I'll be looking forward to that as well.
She didn't say next week. She said in the future. You and
Look,
Dr. Monica are talking
I'm,
that next
I'm
week.
No,
speaking it.
next
I'm
week.
speaking it
Next
into
No,
week.
existence.
no,
Next
next
week.
week. It's happening next week. Next week. You can't leave us hanging, man, in next week.
Listen, Turner. Thank you. Have a great day, Mastermind.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
of course,
Dana.
I will speak to Dr. Harris because
Yeah.
he has to do the second part of what he started last week. Last week, I think we have the uh, process of right judgment. Yes, that's a continuation, and we had a phenomenal session with him last week. But not to worry, because you see, this is great because there's so many, sessions that are in demand, which is good, which means, you're going to keep coming back. So, Herman, I would say to you, yes, make sure you're prepared. Get all your assignments out of the way because you will be on here. And we also have Jackie. I see Jackie. I see Ginger. I'm not sure which one had the hand up
I
first.
just want to thank Dana. Thank you for your comments, Dana. And I'm one of those old hip hop guys to Run DMC all the way. LL Cool J all the way. Peter's the new school. I get it. I get the energy. We had energy back then. You're right. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Jackie, were you first or was Ginger first? Not sure.
Ginger was next. Then Jackie.
Oh, hi, Ginger. Hi, Ginger. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Mastermind Group. Good morning, Herman. Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal speaker you are. You're just the love of your heart just pours out. And I just want to thank you for all of the life experiences, all those struggles, all the difficulties that you went through to inform you, to give you the passion that you have, to be able to have the confidence of heart to know that you went through that and you made it through and you can get, and as if you can do it, we can do it too. And that's what you're sharing with us. You're sharing with us that confidence. And, I've never run a marathon and that's not something that's in my vision, but just like you with your house, I had a vision. We wanted to move, our family wanted to move to another home. And so we started the process and we had an idea of what we wanted. And so we found a great house and we put a contract in on it. But ours didn't sell and we lost the contract. And so we found another house and we put a contract in on it and our house still didn't sell. And we lost the contract. And this happened 4 times. But
Wow.
each time we revised the vision of what we wanted, it became clearer what we
Right.
wanted in the house that we wanted. So
Yeah.
finally, we found the house that we wanted. It was in a community, which we never even had on our vision statement, in our vision board. We found a place that had walkable sidewalks and that had, lots of events where people would get together and it just felt right. So we put a contract in on it and they accepted it. And so we were going along and we're going along and we're hoping for our house to sell. And finally, my girlfriend said to me, she said, can you afford that house on retirement? Because I was getting towards retirement and I did the budget and I was like, oh my God, I can't afford this house. We can't afford this house in retirement. So I had to call the people with the contract with the house and tell them that we had to let the house go. And I was so heartbroken. Like I feel it still having that conversation with them. And she said, well, we've been renting this house. We don't want to be landlords anymore. We'll sell it to you for what we owe. And we had the contract that we had on it was for 207,000, which at the time, 10 years ago, was a great deal still.
Oh yeah.
And I said,
Oh
well,
yeah.
what do you owe on it? And she said $188,000. And I said, oh my God, I think we can do that. So she was good to her word. I took it back to my husband. And then within 2 weeks, our house sold. So a couple of things were happening there with our vision. Sometimes we don't have it so clear in the beginning what is the best vision for us, but God is guiding us along those steps. Each house got us closer to what we wanted. And finally, when we found the perfect house, our house sold. So that house was being held sort of, it was kind of keeping us on track. And then we moved in, and now I have a job working for this village that I work in. It's 5 minutes from my house. So not only did we find the perfect house, but it had the job with it. And we've been here almost 10 years and it's glorious. So
Won't he do it?
vision is so important, so important. And if it's not working out, like I always put at the end of my vision statements, there's something even better according to the divine wisdom of the universe, and I gratefully accept it now. And I'm so excited for you that you are living in that beautiful home, that you kept that vision, that you're sharing your vision and your intentionality with all of us, and your enthusiasm and your passion and your love. Thank you so, so much. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Ginger. Thank
Thank you,
you for that.
Ginger.
That's amazing. And it really helps you to understand the fact that sometimes we have a vision of what we want. We don't know how it's gonna come. And we have a particular expectation of how we want it to turn out or we think it should turn out. But God in his infinite wisdom, he knows how to get things to us. You know, he knows how to get things to us. So I see Jackie, your hand is up. I'm going to put some links in the chat as well. Please remember Dr. Harris's legacy project. That one is still going on. And of course, we have the month of June coming up, which is graduation. Dr. Harris's book is there as well, the perfect graduation gift. So I'm going to put those links in the chat and you can feel free to go ahead and support these causes. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Jackie.
Good morning, Mastermind Group. Happy Saturday. Happy Mother's Day weekend, all the mothers. Oh my God, Herman, thank you for your talk. And yes, me too. It's a series. Hey, just put it out there in the universe, and you gotta do it back to back, right? But like you said, Dawn, Dr. Harris has a continuation of his. Um, wow, this was really, really very good lesson today. I got a full page of notes here. Yes. And I what jumped out, yeah, want reward without requirement. People want the reward without the requirement. And you didn't say it like this, but what I got, leave the old behind so the new can emerge. Purpose in my pain. Like that, those are the three things really jumped out for me. And I think from another day, what came back was the aim, like attention, intention, manifestation. Somebody said that, and I put that down the other day, and that popped back in my head too. But yes, vision and intentionality both, like it's like hand in hand. Otherwise, it's just a daydream. If it ain't nothing moving to get it into process, you know and I've been, I got sister going, and I had in mind what I wanted it to be, and as the name says, it's solutions for innovative sound technology applications. And I had no idea, I think I mentioned last time I was asked to do a youth workshop to talk to the young people about sound design for theater, which is a big part of what Sister does. And it was so well received. I did put together the PowerPoint presentation, 10 slides, and I had also 10 handouts to give to the youth. And we did a exercise where I broke everything down on what I do from start to finish. And then we had a little exercise with one little script, one page, and just to, well, first to just close your eyes and just listen, and then identify, what did you hear? What, the refrigerator was humming, the air conditioner, the downstairs class, you heard the drums, because this is a wonderful place I've never even been to before, where they have like an after school arts and music program for the youth in downtown in Albany. And it was so like fulfilling, and this was not a part of what I had in mind for where my business was going. But look at God, look at God, and there were girls, it was all girls, which that was also wonderful, because it's not that many women doing what I'm doing. And so it was just really special. And what touched me the most, they were like, "Are you coming back next week?" And I was like, well, it was just a one-time thing where I was asked to come and co-facilitate with the person who's actually running it, asked me to come. And she asked me because when we were doing another show that I was the sound designer and she was the assistant director and choreographer. I showed her. She asked me. There was a sound effect that I created, and um, so it needed a little tweaking. And she was amazed that I did it in like 2 seconds. And
Wow.
I showed her how it worked. And so, wow, it's just like it was just so amazing. But that just showing up, and I didn't know what I was doing either, Herman. You said something like that, but just to just show up and be available, and like spirit just can take over,
Mhm.
and just make it happen. And
Um,
I'm just so grateful for these sessions, and just being with like-minded people, and wanting to set aims and goals and have visions, and bring it into fruition. um
That's
yeah.
wonderful, Jackie. That's what this is all about, That's what this is all about. Uh,
Yes.
Thank you and congratulations. I work a lot with young people, and they're not necessarily an easy bunch to engage and keep engaged. So when you have that gift, it's really, really amazing. When young people say, "When are you coming back? I want to hear more," you know that you have something. So that's really, really great. Joyce, good morning. How are you?
Yes, good morning. Thank you, Herman. Another very powerful lesson from you. You are so enthusiastic. I'll keep it short, sweet, to the point. When I listened to you talk and then I started to visualize something here, how many of you use your phone when you're driving? You put in your destination where you want to get to. I think we all do. This, as you were speaking, I started to envision this as a GPS system. This will be my GPS system from now on. Plug it in and go. All the steps, or the 2 steps that you got, but all the rest is like the GPS system. So just want to offer that up quickly. Utilize this morning, utilize when we come here as our GPS system. So once again, thank you, Herman. I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Happy Mother's
Joyce.
Day again, everyone.
Wow, thank you, Joyce. You know what I love about Joyce? Joyce always has a practical, straightforward, to the point way of getting you to move. She's like, plug it in. You know, we have the tools. Plug it in and go. You don't have to talk about it, talk around it. We know these things. We've been on this journey for a
Yeah.
while.
Yes,
We know what we need to do. Most of the time, we know what we need to do. We just need to plug it in and go.
plug it
So this
in.
GPS, my
GPS
goodness, when
system,
you want to start that journey, you put those coordinates in and you go.
and
And that's
go.
the most important thing Dr. Harris always teaches us, action. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about the how. Just go.
Let's go.
Just
Thank you,
go.
Joyce.
Just go. Wow, that's a
I
Yeah,
big
love it.
you don't fight with your phone, do you? And you don't always make the turns that it tells you to turn to, do you? But you usually end up getting to where you want to go.
That's right.
Very
That's
true.
right.
You just take the instruction.
Yes. And he just gave us the instruction.
You just take the instruction and you go. And usually when you go off track, it will say recalculating.
E, e route.
All the time. It will get you there. It just probably has to take a different route.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That for me, that's it. That's it for me today. Everything summed up, Joyce. Thank you so much.
Thank
Wow.
you.
So, I also want to give Coach Smile is on here. Hi, Coach. Good morning. We know you are usually taking attendance.
Don, I think Dr. Beasley keeps raising his hand. I don't know why he doesn't put it up, but I don't know
Oh,
if he.
I'm sorry. I'm not seeing him. Well, I
Yeah,
see him
Dr.
on the
Beasley
screen.
is there. Dr.
Yeah.
Beasley, go ahead.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Dr. Beasley. Go ahead.
The intentionality and tied in with God doesn't give you more pain than you need for the lesson that He has in mind for you. In well, this little story I'm going to tell you. I had prostate cancer procedure in Italy. As I recovered, we went to Lake Maggiore, and I saw those beautiful mansions. And I thought, man, oh man, wouldn't it be something to have something like that someday? So we started putting it together in our mind. And Coach, you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, what came out of there, and many revisions later, was the Beasley Estate. It's an 8,550 square foot Mediterranean style custom home. And the other point that was made about can you afford this in your retirement? I realized I couldn't, but I've sold it. And the guy that has bought it has put an additional $1 million into it, and it is magnificent. But my point about all this is that intention, that vision, and no matter what, in an unwavering conviction manner, stay true to yourself. Oh, I want a little postscript about about Joyce. Little thing I know about Joyce is that she didn't arrive to where she is today overnight, and it wasn't in a straight linear fashion. So when she drops a pearl, it's a bomb.
It is, it is, it is. First of all, Dawn, you did a fantastic job. And I want to yes, I did take attendance. I got all 20 of you. But the person that I'd like to congratulate the most for these 20 people showing up is Elaine Short,
Oh.
because most of them were on. In fact, all except one was on yesterday morning. So, Elaine, thank you. Now, as it pertains to you, sir, you are fabulous, Mr. Taylor. Um, I've been watching you on, now that I learned how to do Facebook. So I've been watching you on Facebook, but you taught me something. Now I know exactly why I do not have a PhD. Because I wouldn't have the time, the discipline to do what all of you guys have done. So thank you for that lesson. But your energy, the stories are so rich. What I do is Catholicism got me real early, and they taught me Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So I always teach in threes. But your stories, so if you're looking for timing, if you take 3 topics, but you used 2, but those 2 had us glued, locked in because of your stories and the energy you bring. So you got it. You got it. And man, along with what the doctor told you about the PowerPoint. But before there was PowerPoint, they taught me I do 3 topics. But with your stories, riveting. God bless you. And the second and third generation is happening. It's happening. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. I just want to say, Coach used to put so much fire on me. He said after I would speak on Saturday, oh, now I could speak. I was waiting for my motivation. I was waiting for my motivation. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. Thank you, Brother Herman. And he used to just give me that extra oomph. Like what I said, even though I didn't know what I was saying, he was waiting for it. And he just gave me that inspiration to continue to speak. Him, all the people from the beginning. And I love the new people. I love you guys as well. But I'm just, my reference point is like 3 years ago. 3.5 years ago. I didn't know anything. I would just open my mouth and start talking. And they never shut me down. They never say, yo, shut up, shut up. Just be quiet, man. They let me go and told me it was motivating. So thank you, Coach, for
And
your
a lot of speech coaches get into the proper structure, and you show up with your enthusiasm, PowerPoint or not, your enthusiasm and your stories with it sells, but it sells in a way that is magnetic. I mean, you are, I mean, like was said earlier, I was so brought in with what you were saying, and I was attempting to take notes, and I didn't want to interrupt what I was thinking with the note taking.
Wow. That's amazing. And Herman, I think,
thank you, Dr.
we
Beasley.
usually have, they're the regulars that speak, but to hear that from Dr. Beasley, thank you, Dr. Beasley. That's magnificent. That should tell you something. Dr. Beasley said he was fully engaged. He did not even want to write notes. So
Thank
that
you,
says something.
You should have seen his house.
Oh,
The backyard was 10 acres.
Oh my
The
goodness.
backyard was 10 acres. And
Wow.
so you had me because you took me right back to South Bronx, one bed that I came out of, to now a 9-bedroom mansion. It's a whole different thing.
yeah.
Wow.
thank, thank you, Coach, and thank you, Dr. Beasley. I appreciate your kind words.
Wow. And my humble beginnings is a dirt farmer in Oklahoma. I was a cultivator back then of wheat and barley, but now I'm a cultivator of ideas and possibilities in people. Still a
Wow.
cultivator.
Wow.
Dr. Beasley, that's the first time I ever heard wheat and barley, and it wasn't a reference from the Bible.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dr. Beasley, though, I want to say I am very intrigued by your story.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have those quiet heroes. They don't say much, but when
Yeah.
you hear their story, you're like, wow.
No, we drink his wine.
Oh, coach. Yeah.
Thank
Now you know the
you.
real reason why I like him. He's a wine manufacturer.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
His own brand.
Wow.
And those 10 acres were filled with vineyards.
Mm.
So growing the vineyards, waiting 5 years to get a crop. I'm
Wow.
saying, I go to his house, I don't have to wait, man. South Bronx.
Oh man.
Sharing with
Wow.
you, Coach.
I just want to share here as well. I'm not sure if we have any new people on this morning. I want to shout out Dr. Ruby. She's here back with us. Um, Mr. Oscar. Oh my goodness, we always have such a great group of people. Is there anyone that's on here for the very first time? No, we don't have any new. Any new ones today? Well, thank you for those of you that keep coming and keep coming and keep coming.
We just wanted to get people out. And that's what Elaine did.
Thank you, Elaine. We appreciate you muchly.
Kim came back. She wasn't here last week. I don't want to call any names, but
Yeah, wouldn't do a thing like that.
we got the group back.
Amen. Amen. Thanks to the group for coming back. Alrighty, so I want to again draw your attention to the chat. I would have placed 3 links there a little bit earlier. So if you scroll back up, you'll see them. This is Dr. Harris's legacy project that he is working on diligently. And we're asking thank you to all of you that have already supported and those of you that will support. We appreciate you muchly. Of course, there is, again, just in time for graduation. There's a graduation gift package that Dr. Harris has. That way, I think if you order like 3 or more, you get the 8-day vacation package with that free. So these are some really good gifts that Dr. Harris has put together, some packages. And of course, if you need coaching, if you need direction, if you need wisdom, if you need to figure out, look, how am I going to get this vision brought to fruition? Reach out to Dr. Harris. Schedule a consultation with him. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. And this is now 11 years later. I am still with
That means I've been
Dr.
with
Harris.
15 or more years.
Yeah, because there's so much more. There's so much more vision in me that needs to come to pass. So I am sticking right here because this is where I got the momentum, the encouragement, the belief in me that I could be all of those things that Dr. Harris asked me to draw on that piece of paper. I think it was about 6 years ago, now 7 years ago. I drew it with some pencils. I'm not an artist in any form or fashion. So my business looked a little weird. The airplane didn't look quite right, but I have seen that come to fruition. And I encourage you, if you've not been with us for a long time, those of you, you're hearing real stories. This is not made up. These are real stories, real testimonies of the transformation that's happened in our life. Dr. Ruby, thank you. I see your hand up.
Good morning, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here. Herman, I am on travel in Alabama doing civil rights tours for 10 days. And I wasn't sure I'd be here this morning, but I am so thankful that I had an opportunity to hear you present. Herman, your story is so wonderful. I am so thankful that you are working with a coach who will help you further develop your expertise in prospecting and reaching more people. I believe men and women will benefit from all that you have to share and be inspired by all that you have overcome to get to where you are. And I'm excited about all that you will still do to achieve those things that are your goals. And Dawn, it is hard to imagine that it's been 11 years for you. It is just spectacular to think about your progress, and here you are hosting the call on a Saturday morning. Continued success in every facet of your life. There are times when we become successful professionally, but we're struggling personally, or we're struggling in our relationships, or we're struggling when it comes to managing finances. I have learned on this call that I am convicted regarding performance in the many facets of my life. So there is a constant desire to improve myself personally and spiritually, to improve myself when it comes to my health, to improve myself when it comes to my relationships, to improve myself when it comes to my career and my business, and to manage my finances in a way that, as Dr. Harris, you can say, always says, you can be anything, do anything, and go anywhere. So, to all of you who are new to the call, who are listening, just know that this is a place where you will never be criticized for what you haven't done, but you'll always be encouraged to keep leveling your life up. You'll be surprised at how it will not only affect you, but those who are quietly watching you. You get to be a role model for others who are wanting to do and just don't know how. And talk is cheap. It's not enough to say you're going to do something, but to keep lifting and using your inner wisdom and guide to go further. Thank you so much, Dawn. Again, it's a joy to be here. And Herman, keep up the great work. You're doing a fabulous job. And I look forward to hearing the balance of the 4 things that were on your list. It was amazing to hear you deal with vision and intentionality. Not concisely, but beautifully. Have a great Mother's Day to the mothers on the call and a great week. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ruby. I swear, Dr. Ruby's like apple pie, man. When she talks, she's just so confident. I appreciate you. I love you, Dr. Ruby Brett.
Thank you,
Yes.
Herman.
I just want to
Thank you, Dr. Herman.
Dr. Herman, yes. You know, for those of you that may not know, Dr. Ruby had been one of our stalwarts. Her Cold Smile. She's been with us, and you might not have seen her a lot or heard her a lot recently because she's a world traveler. Okay. I want to be like Dr. Ruby when I grow up. Okay. She's a brilliant woman with an amazing background in military. She has done so many things, and she's such an inspiration to me as well. So again, I say to you, when you come on this platform, you are going to see and hear real people with real amazing stories, lives lived experiences that are phenomenal, the testimony to their being intentional and having a vision and being committed and staying the course. And what I want to say as well, they understand the process. It didn't happen overnight. And for me, that's a big takeaway because for, us, we want to have it quickly. We think it should all happen in a short, moment. And, but I'm learning the process is just as beautiful as the destination. That's what I'm learning. So anyone else that would want to share briefly, we're going to get ready to wrap up. I'm always cognizant of time.
Sharon Saunders had her hand up.
Yes,
Sharon?
I just want to say thank you, Herman. This was great. The voices of everyone else that spoke, I agree with everything they said, and I just want to say, Herman, you rock. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josie. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Josie. Appreciate your comments. So is there anyone that would want to share? Do you have anything burning before we go? They always say, this is your opportunity. So if you have a comment, a query, a question, anything that you might want to share about our session today, feel free because we're going to wrap up shortly. As I say, I'm always cognizant of time. And even though these are wonderful sessions that we can sit here all day, we got to go to make it happen. We got to plug and go. So let's plug in.
Morning, good morning.
Good morning,
Veronica.
Hey, Veronica.
Hi, good morning, Mastermind. Good morning, Dawn. Good to see you taking charge. Herman, oh my goodness, I just had to take a break and quickly say thank you so much for just really energizing us this morning, sharing your wealth of thought. And I'm telling you, don't ever drop those storytelling. They play a big role in this. They actually deliver the message more. It's more real. We can feel it. So I truly appreciate you this morning, and I look forward to having the next session. Is it next week or the next week? But thank you so much. Very, very good this morning.
Thank you, Veronica. I appreciate you. Thanks for your comments.
Anyone else? I think I saw someone else open their mic.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add one point that was really powerful was when you mentioned, Herman, about connecting with people in the valley. That is so critical because that's where your stories come in. And me too, I love to talk and I love to tell stories. And I often go into my stories as I'm making a point about something. But I just wanted to remind us all that, yes, when we're in the valley, that's where we do make those connections and we find that we have things in common with others. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Don, your meditation was great this morning.
Thank you
Thank,
so much. Thank
thank,
you.
thank you. I'm sorry, Dawn. Thank you, Casey. Did you see Casey's avatar lips moving? That's crazy. And I just want to say one more thing, Casey. I appreciate that. My speaking coach also told me. He said, "Yo, folks don't they don't resonate with the house, the degrees, the Jaguar. What they resonate with is the valley."
Yeah.
He said that's where they resonate. That's where they can meet you at. They don't understand. They don't see that part. They see the
Right.
struggle, and then you bridge them to the other side. So thanks for that.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Monica, your hand is up.
My last little bit was Herman. I loved when you talked about someday and their sibling one day. That really was like, yeah. So I mean, long time ago, I worked at an addiction program for teenagers, and when things were like would really hit you, they would say, "Oh, that punched you in the belly." Well, when I so someday and one day punched me in the belly.
Thank you. Addiction and recovery has been my life too. I've been there for 30. I'm a licensed social worker now, but I'm just disguised as an addiction counselor. I'm still addiction counselor to the heart. That's what I do, and that's how we talk. It punch you in the belly, it hit you in the belly, it
Hit
flips
you
your
in the
belly,
belly, yes.
it
So
did
that hit
something to
me
your
in the
belly
belly.
because you feeling
But
it now.
I'm still in addiction. But anyway, that's a discussion for another day.
I hear you.
Thank you, Dr. Monica. That one also resonated with me, Herman. I took it. The eighth day. Eighth day is someday. And one day is the brother of someday. And I think we can all take that away, knowing that, that eighth day is never gonna come because you're always saying someday. And as we wrap up, I want to say to you that let's make sure that we are not the ones saying someday. Let's make sure that we're saying today. Today is that day because tomorrow is not promised. If we be honest, it's not promised. And for the legacy that we're all building, because I know we're all building our own personal legacy, it's important that we know that there are those that are coming behind us and there are those that are waiting for us. So I want to encourage you today as we wrap up. There are those that are coming behind that are just waiting for us to show up. They're
Dawn,
waiting
I
for
want to
us
say
to
one thing
plug
before we
in.
close. I want to say one thing before you close us, Dawn.
Sure, go ahead, Herman.
One of the most valuable principles that Dr. Harris shared with me was, and Dawn alluded to it. It's don't worry about the how. Just do it, right? And that helped me do it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense with our logic. What do you mean just do it? I got to know how I'm going to do it. Just take action. Do it now. Do it scared. When people do it scared, they building courage. So yeah, you're scared, but do it anyway. Just take action and do it. You could fail your way to success, but you can't make excuses your way to success. If you fail, you get feedback, you learn to make some adjustments, and you could do it again. But if you make excuses, you're just gonna make excuses to the end of time. It's not gonna give you any value. It's not gonna give you anything substantial to move you towards your goal. So just do it. You don't have to know how to do it. People are gonna come along, God's going to put people in a path that's going to help you. Take action. Do it now. Do it messy. Just do it. The first time I spoke, my hand, I could hold a mic. A mic ain't that heavy. My hand was shaking. Like I had to hold it with two hands. But I was still speaking like this. So just do it. I speak to audiences. They don't look like me. I get out there and do my thing anyway. Right? But we are so stuck on, I need more information. I need to read another book. I need to go to another seminar. You got everything that you need. You just have to take action and limit the distractions. The distractions tell you, the internal distractions say, I'm not ready yet. I need more information. I got to do more research. All bogus. Take action and learn from the action. Make mistakes. They hurt. Yeah, they hurt. But get up, pick yourself up, learn from it, and move forward. So that's like the biggest thing that I've learned. And Dr. Harris said, don't worry about the how. I said, what are you talking about? He said, don't worry about the how. Make the plan and do it. And I do it messy. And that's helped me. When somebody said do it messy, I said I could do it messy. Oh, that was it. That was nothing held me back after that. I could go do it messy. Listen, this is the last thing. I told one of my mentors, I said, yo, man, I gotta work on my grammar, man. I'm a product of public school education. My speaking context ain't what it should be. So for me to be demanding the prices I want to demand. He said, you could work on your grammar and your speaking context and your dangling partisans. He said, but when you talk, nobody is coming to you after your talk mad except an English professor. Everybody else is saying, you shifted me. You changed me. Thank you for your story. So he said, yo, knock that off and just go do it. And I've been good after that. You know what I mean? I was good after that. I was like, yeah. He said, nobody's coming to you talking about, they coming to you saying, yo, thanks for that inspiring, motivational talk. They're not coming and saying, yo, man, you used the wrong tense when you were speaking. But he said, don't get me wrong. He said, tighten it up, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you, bro. So I just want to leave y'all with that, man. Just do it messy, whatever it is. And I just want to congratulate Dawn again for her book. She's been battling with her book since I met her, and she's published it, and it's out, and you could buy it. And she is a author, and she's getting ready to be a best-selling, world-selling author from Barbados. My sister.
Thank you for that, Herman. Thank you. I look forward to it. I'm gonna hook up with you to find out how to do a world tour for a business book on customer service. But that's another conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing time. It is my pleasure, as always. I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for Dr. Harris. We honor him in his absence. We send him all the love in the world because without him, this would not be possible. This would not be possible. And I continue to really honor him as a mentor, as, such a visionary, to be honest with you. And he has stayed the course. We have the example here. 428 sessions, guys. 428. Some of us need to go back. I have like 5 and then I stopped, and then maybe 2 and I stopped. I'm like,
Right.
for some of us need to go back and we need to take a good look. For all of you on here that are mothers or that you have mothered anyone, I want to say to you, happy Mother's Day in advance. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Enjoy it. Be thankful that you were able to, even if not birth physically someone, that you have mothered someone, that you have those people in your life that look up to you. So this is such an honor and a blessing to be a mom, or a guardian, whatever it is, whatever capacity you've served. I want to say bless you. We have the womb that we carry so much in us. And this has been an awesome pleasure for me. I want you guys to have a wonderful day. It is 9:32, so we're going to close out we're going to close out because Dr. Harris, as he says it, we can be what we want to be. We can do what we want to do. We can have anything we want to have. And we're going to mute our mics and say the last part of that phrase.
The
Always
best
knowing
No.
that the
Best
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 is
It's
yet
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 to
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 come.
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 And
What is
so
And
it?
it
so it
is.
is.
So it
What
is.
is it?
have an awesome day, everyone.
Thank you,
You
Don.
as well.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you,
Thank
you.
you,
Don. Great
Don.
Bye.
job
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
managing.
Love
Congrats.
you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Thank you, Dawn.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Thank you,
Herman.
Herman. Thank you,
I
Dr.
want to make
Harris.
Dr. Harris proud.
Thank you, Dr.
Good.
Harris.